back to IGN's E3 live show, shooting straight to your brains from e3.ign.com. Our next game stars the blue blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's throw it over to Sam to check out Sonic Generations.
Hey everybody, this is Sam. I'm here with Sonic Generations for PS3 and Xbox 360. We're going to be talking to Patrick here about Sonic. Can you give us a little bit of a rundown of what we're going to be seeing in this demo?
Hi Sam, yes. So the first thing to know about Sonic Generations is that this year is Sonic's 20th anniversary, 20 years since the release of the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Genesis and Mega Drive. So this game has been created as kind of the ultimate homage, the ultimate celebration of everything Sonic. We've taken the best of all the levels of the past 20 years, and Sonic and classic Sonic will be adventuring through these levels together.
Now you mentioned two different Sonics. We're talking about two actual different characters.
Yes, there is a very light story, and there's something as time anomalies, and classic Sonic and modern Sonic end up meeting. And not only, as you can see on the screen, not only does classic Sonic look different, but the really cool thing that we've done this time is we're recreating the Genesis experience, and there's two types of gameplay. The classic gameplay, which is what we're seeing now, is basically fully recreated physics, controls, jump, spin.
So you really tried to get the actual feel of the classic Sonic the Hedgehog.
Exactly, back from the Mega Drive and Genesis days.
Okay.
So the speed is a reward, everything that people loved about Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog.
And of course, that original Sonic, he doesn't speak, right? And he's kind of a different personality than the new Sonic. Are they going to be pretty distinguishable from each other?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we'll leave that for the people. You know, we don't want to ruin the story too much, but yeah, they'll definitely have different personality traits.
Cool. So this level I don't recognize from the Genesis days.
Yes. So actually, this stage is City Escape. It originally appeared. The reason you probably don't recognize it right away is it originally appeared in Sonic Adventure 2 from the Dreamcast.
That looks like my house. I live in San Francisco.
Yes, it's inspired by San Francisco, and the City Escape was originally done in more of a 3D style. So that brings up the fact that what's awesome is for the development teams to create these 2D like reinterpretations, reimaginations of the stages that were like created 20 to 5 years ago.
Sure. So one great thing about Sonic is that you want to get through the level as fast as possible the first couple times you play it, but after that you want to go back and kind of see how many rings you can collect and pick up maybe collectibles. Is there anything? What kind of reason do you have to go back and play levels over and over again in this game?
Well, one of the things in the classic gameplay is there's multiple paths. You see this truck here? That's one of the signature elements of
cool.
City Escape. And right here you see him actually breaking the level geometry. So like that's an example of how...
So that actually deformed or transformed the level?
That transforms the level, and it changes the path that Sonic's going to go down on.
Okay.
One of the important parts of the gameplay of classic Sonic is the fact that you can go down multiple paths, but we're not just using the vertical like in the old Genesis days. We're using foreground, background, and dynamic situations like that.
So can you say anything about collectibles or anything like that you're going to be returning to levels to find?
There'll be plenty of collectibles,
okay.
Plenty of things to do, but we're not really talking about exactly what that's going to be yet.
Cool. I know like at the end of every Sonic level in classic games, you always hit a bonus area. Should we be focusing on how many rings our demo player is collecting?
On the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions, we won't have any secret stages. Those will make an appearance in the Nintendo 3DS version. We're also developing a Nintendo 3DS version for the handheld. There'll be other content on the PS3 and 360 that's kind of taken the place of that content.
Cool, I saw you were showing this off in 3D on the PlayStation 3 as well, right?
Absolutely. So obviously the Nintendo 3DS natively supports 3D, but this is also the first time that we're supporting 3D on Xbox 360 and PS3 stereoscopic 3D natively. It's really cool to see some of these scenes with the truck.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth even to the quote-unquote 2D areas.
Yeah, so it's really nice. First time we've offered this Sonic experience in 3D.
So we're seeing this city level right now. Can we, we're going to switch stages and we're going to see another one, but it's going to take place in the same area, right?
Yes, so basically this is going to be the modern gameplay based in the same stage of City Escape. People who have played Sonic Adventure 2 will notice the beginning of this stage right away. They'll feel a sense of familiarity and nostalgia.
Yeah, I like these little cutscenes that are between stages. They're from the original Sonic, but they look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And but one thing you'll notice right away is that and one thing that's been a treat for the development team is recreating these stages in vivid and beautiful HD. So
yeah, if you had to pick out a couple different Sonic games that are the most influential on this game, what would they be?
I'd probably say the original Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, and Sonic Unleashed and Colors, those Sonic games.
Okay, and Colors was one of the most recent ones, and I know that one was, it looked 3D and it was a pretty game, but it worked like a 2D game as well. So is this gonna feel like that in some ways?
Well, exactly. That's what the modern gameplay is, and that's what we're seeing right now. So right now we're behind Sonic in kind of a forward view camera, but this is the modern gameplay is based on the gameplay that we saw in Sonic Unleashed, which further improved upon in Sonic Colors. So Sonic is going to be blazing down with much faster. He has a wider suite of powers, homing attack, quick step, and as you said, the point of view dynamically switches from behind Sonic to Sonic's side.
Yeah, and it looks like Sonic was riding a skateboard there for a while. Sans wheels. Is he going to have any other modes of transportation?
I think that might be giving things away, but in the skateboard is something we definitely wanted to do here because, again, that was another signature element of the original City Escape stage.
Sure. Are we? And I've seen a lot of Sonic running around in the demo on the show floor and stuff. I was wondering if we're going to be seeing Tails maybe, or any other characters?
Yes, you will be seeing Tails, and because this is a celebration of all of the 20th anniversary, we're bringing back as many of Sonic's friends as possible. The only playable characters are going to be modern Sonic and classic Sonic, but his friends will be making appearances in other ways.
Cool. I noticed that there's no score on board on the screen, but there's clearly going to be a score in the final.
So you see the time up there and the number of rings, the time and the number of. Oh, we hit a little bug. Of course, this is early code there, so we have bugs sometimes.
Sure.
But the score and the number of rings that you get is going to determine your final ranking.
Mm-hmm. Are all the worlds we're going to be seeing ones that will be instantly familiar?
Yes, if players are familiar with Sonic, we're bringing back stages from the Dreamcast era, we're bringing back stages from the Mega Drive Genesis era, and we're bringing back some stages from the current generation.
Mm-hmm. Cool, can you just give me a rundown of what the controls are like for this scene?
So when you're basically you're going left and right with the control stick, you can press X to boost, and you can press left trigger, right trigger, and left or right to do a grinding move.
All right, and
going downhill.
And it looks like if you run out of rings, you're going to die as usual.
Yes.
Does that send you back to the beginning of the level?
Well, it depends on if you've gone through a checkpoint. We restarted
so
with that bug.
checkpoints.
Yep.
All right, is there going to be any kinds of Sonic 3 style pickups and power-ups and ways to get through levels differently?
Yes, so as you saw the skateboard earlier in the level, we're going to have lots of object type pickups and different powers. But again, it's going to depend on the level that we're implementing. And right now, the levels that we can talk about that we've announced are Green Hill Zone and City Escape.
Recognize Green Hill Zone.
Yep, and we're going to have lots of other levels. Actually, one thing I wanted to make sure and say is the Nintendo 3DS stages are going to be completely different from the stages in the console versions. So, that's going to be its own kind of standalone experience.
Great. Well, Sonic Generations looks like an amazing tribute to the series. It's been going for a long time, and it looks like a great game. Thanks so much for showing it off. Back to you, Naomi.
Thanks a lot, everyone. And for our viewers out there, how did Sonic look to you? Follow at IGN on Twitter and let us know with the hashtag E3. Okay, how about we switch it up completely now? Our next game promises to take us to the darkest depths of dreaming, complete with hot girls, crazy monsters, and weird sheep people. Yes, sheep people. Keep it locked here for a look at Catherine.